The next stop on our tour through Poland is the Podlaskie region, commonly referred to in Poland as Podlasie. The traditional flavors are a blend of various ethnic influences, all combined into a diverse menu of dishes. We'll explore the unique tastes of Podlasie with a tour through the region's capital, Białystok, as well as a visit to the surrounding towns of Tykocin and Łomża. Along the way, we'll learn about the traditions that stem out of the local folk culture and see how to bake one of the most iconic local desserts. We'll meet back in our kitchens and try our hand at a couple of its unique dishes. We'll make chłodnik, a Lithuanian-style cold beet soup, as well as bliny, Russian-style buckwheat pancakes with smoked fish, cream, and caviar. This is a part of Poland that cannot be missed. I promise you'll be left in awe.
Funding for this program is provided by Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier.
Lot Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. Lot Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Roost. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.
Welcome to Flavor of Poland. My name is Aleksandra August, and I'm so excited to take you on a delicious journey through my native country. I'm a Polish-American actress, but I also love to eat and I love to cook. Growing up in the States, I was always asked questions about Poland's culture, its history, and most of all, of course, about its food. So I finally decided to take all of you from back home, back here to my first home, and introduce you to its true flavor. Welcome back to Flavor of Poland. Our next stop on Poland's map is the Podlaskie voivodeship, found on the northeastern side of the country. It is also commonly referred to in Poland as Podlasie. The capital of this region is the beautiful city of Białystok. This is a place where various cultures and ethnicities have collided and blended throughout history, giving the city and its region a unique character and a rich culture. Białystok is one of Poland's beautiful multicultural cities. Its oldest preserved monuments date back to the second half of the 16th century. For ages, this city was home to people from a variety of different ethnic, religious, and cultural backgrounds. This coexistence created a mutual tolerance and a blending of beautiful customs and traditions that identify the city and its region today. The diversity of the region is expressed in its numerous sacred objects, monuments, and places of worship. Historic churches, mosques, and synagogues all serve as an ever-living proof of the many cultures that resided here together throughout time. Among the most important landmarks to see in Białystok is the Kościuszko Market Square, the site of the historical intersection which gave birth to the city. The town hall, with an iconic clock tower completed in 1761, is also among the city's important sites. It was demolished in 1939 as a result of the tragic events of World War II, but was reconstructed between 1954 and 1958 and restored to its original condition. The complex of the Arch Cathedral Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary includes an impressive cathedral in the neo-Gothic style, as well as a parish church. The Eastern Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas was built in the neoclassicist style in the mid-19th century and is modeled after the cruciform churches of the late Byzantine period. Also worth seeing is a monument that rests at the site of a large synagogue that once stood in the city. It once served a large Jewish community that inhabited Białystok before it was destroyed during the Second World War. I began my culinary exploration of the region with a quick visit to the popular Esperanto cafe in the center of the square on a mission to try an iconic local drink called buza. Buza came to Poland through the Macedonians, who migrated to Białystok at the beginning of the 20th century. It only requires a few simple ingredients, but the proportions were a secret of the old buza makers. A very interesting taste. It's a little milky. There's a little bit of fizz, which is a result of the fermentation. It's made with raisins. Very refreshing, delicately sweet. I'm glad I had a try. Łukasz, my friends here in Białystok recommended that I come and see you at the Crystal restaurant because I know you have an amazing menu here off of which I can have a sample of the culinary traditions of the region.
I have 4 different dishes from 4 different cultures for you.
I want to talk about what I'm drinking. What is this called again?
That would be sita. Sita, it was from the Jewish cuisine. To make it, we use water, honey, mint and lemon.
In Poland, we start with soup, right?
Yes.
Tell me again about the history of the soup.
Rosolnik from the Russian cuisine. To make it rosolnik, we use potatoes, cucumbers, meat, and juice from these fermented cucumbers.
It's got a really nice sour taste.
Sour taste, yes. Maybe we try with the bread.
These almost look like onion bagels. What is this?
Yes, the name was Białystoker.
Great compliment to the soup.
Here we have herring with egg, apple, bread, vinegar.
And this is a traditional Jewish recipe specific to this region?
Specific for this region.
Wow.
This bread we make it here. That will be our special recipe.
Incredible. So this looks like pierogi to me, but I think you said before that it has a different name here in this region.
Yes, in this region we say the bezduszniki.
And this comes from which culture?
From Tatar culture.
From the Tatar culture. Okay, so it's a darker meat.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna be brave. Phenomenal. Very savory. Łukasz, what is this beautiful looking meat dish?
Yes, that's a dish from our restaurant. That would be the deer with tree cake, our local name it Sękacz. And it was be flavored with bison grass, cherry sauce and more mushrooms.
And which culture is this from? This is
From Białystok.
Podlasie,
Yeah.
okay. This is a very rich meat dish. I'm impressed. I have to say, I think this is probably one of the more exotic menus that I've sampled while in Poland, but it's not any less delicious than all the rest. The most beautiful and simultaneously the most valuable building in the city is Branicki Palace. With its magnificent design, numerous monuments, and charming gardens, like Wilanów Palace in Warsaw, it too has been called the Polish Versailles. The palace is one of the most magnificent Baroque architectural accomplishments in Poland, reflective of the French royal palaces. Aniu, I'm very intrigued by the Podlaskie region. I think it's the one that I know the least about. Can you tell me a little bit about its characteristics and its history?
Our city was almost entirely destroyed during the Second World War. It was like 80% just vanished.
Like Warsaw?
Yes, but there are some precious monuments. For example, Branicki Palace. It should be protected and it was renovated. And this is the best preserved Baroque French style garden in Poland. As you can see, we really care about each detail, and the city adds some monuments every year. The form which we can see today, it's exactly like it was in 18th century.
Ania, so now we're in Tykocin, which is the oldest town in the Podlasie region, right?
This town received its municipal rights in 1425, and one of the most important part of the history of Tykocin is the story of the Jewish community of Tykocin. They built this synagogue in 1642. And it's still here. It's a kind of miracle, you know, after the Second World War, almost everything what was connected with Jewish community was destroyed. This is really sad. More than 2,000 people were killed in the summer of 1941. I mean, Jewish community vanished from here. And thanks God, this building survived because Nazis used it as a warehouse. And then in 1977, our local authorities opened the museum here. So today, there's no Jewish community in Tykocin, but there's the beautiful synagogue, and it's one of the most precious synagogues in Europe. It's exactly like it was before the war.
I've made my way to Łomża, a quaint little town also located in the Podlaskie region today. Although it's small in size, this is a place with a very long and fascinating history. Believe it or not, Łomża and its surrounding area is over 1,000 years old, which means it's left us with plenty of monuments and relics to explore. Worth exploring in Łomża is the 16th century Gothic cathedral of St. Michael the Archangel, which survived the Swedish deluge and the Second World War. The Old Town Square also provides an opportunity for a stroll among its charming neo-Baroque tenement houses and a classicist-style city hall with a clock tower. Eva, I've been walking through Łomża, which is another beautiful town found in the Podlaskie region, and I got a little hungry and I came across your restaurant, Labyrinth. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about the characteristics of the Podlaskie cuisine?
Podlaskie cuisine is full of traditional Polish flavors. This is korycińskie cheese, yes, and it's the most popular cheese in Podlaskie.
I see that there's something black in here. Is it czarnuszka?
Yes, it is czarnuszka. It's salty cheese. We have a lot of potato dishes, yes. Here we've got a potato pancakes, and this one in Polish it's called babka ziemniaczana. It's a potato cake. It is made of potatoes, flour, eggs and water, and inside there is also bacon.
Oh, very interesting. Good. Very good.
If we are still in the topic of potatoes, we have cartacze, this one and this one. We eat it in two different ways. On the first day, we boiled it and eat it like this. And on the other day, we fried it on the butter, like here. Now you can try the most popular meat in Podlasie, and it's golonka. It's a part of pig leg, and it's baked in honey.
And I see it's served with baked potatoes.
Baked potatoes and with a fried cabbage. Do you like it?
I like it. I'm very impressed. The most beautiful aspect of the Podlaskie region is its countryside, and I think I've found a place where I can discover it from its sweetest side. Now, let's see how we can recreate some of Podlasie's traditions in our own kitchens. It's hard to choose from such a diversified menu, but I think I've narrowed it down to just the right thing. Today, we'll make a traditional regional soup, which is an influence from the local Lithuanian community that historically inhabited the area. It's called chłodnik litewski. It's a Lithuanian cold beet soup, and with all of the herbs and vegetables that make up the soup, it makes for a very nutritious and unbelievably flavorful dish. But that's not all. After we make our soup, we'll make a second small dish, bliny gryczane, buckwheat flour Russian pancakes. This is going to be a delicious meal. Okay, let's get started with our soup. We'll need a cup of sour cream. We'll need 2 cups of buttermilk, 1 cup of kefir, 1 cup of vegetable broth, a bunch of radishes. I have about 15 radishes here, which I've already grated. We'll need 2 bunches of beetroot greens. We'll need fresh dill, 3 boiled eggs, 2 medium-sized cucumbers, which I've also already grated, and then we'll need a beetroot leaven, or kwas. We'll also need some fresh herbs, 1 stem of fresh mint, and some fresh chives. Our chłodnik is a pretty simple soup to make, but its most complex part is probably the making of the beetroot leaven, or kwas. We're going to use 8.5 cups of filtered water, 2 pounds of beets, which we'll wash, peel, and then cut into thick slices, fresh dill. We'll also use fresh dill flour. We'll need a stick of fresh horseradish, and then a full bulb of garlic. Yeah, we'll use the whole thing. We're going to chop it in half and then throw it in with all the other ingredients into the water. We'll use about 6 bay leaves and then also about 10 balls of allspice. So we'll combine all of these ingredients into a stoneware container. You can also use a glass container, but stoneware is what's used traditionally and it works best. We'll cover our container with a lid and leave it there for about 5 to 7 days. Once the liquid has fermented, you're going to strain it and then place it in another container and leave it in your fridge until you're ready to make your soup. So now I've combined all of my herbs and I'm chopping them all together. I'm gonna throw that in a bowl. Next, I'm going to chop my beetroot leaves. So we're gonna chop off the actual beetroot. So now I'll chop this into small pieces. And now we'll combine everything in a large bowl. So we'll come back to our vegetable broth. We'll add that into the bowl first. 1 cup of kefir, 2 cups of buttermilk, and 1 cup of sour cream. Great, and now the best part, all the vegetables. So the grated cucumbers go in first, our radishes, our dill, mint and chives, finely chopped, our beet greens. And then the final and most important touch, our beet kvass. And now we've got to mix it all together. Keep mixing everything thoroughly until our soup achieves a light purple color. We'll add some salt and pepper to taste. It's unbelievable already, but this has to go in the fridge for a few hours, about 3 to 4, so that all the flavors and the aromas of the vegetables and the herbs in here can thoroughly combine. Here's what we'll need to make our pancakes. We'll need fresh yeast. I have about 1 ounce in my cup here. We'll need 1 large egg and we'll need to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. We'll also need to use 2 cups of buckwheat flour, 1 cup of milk, and 1 cup of water. We'll need 3 teaspoons of sugar. We'll also need to use 4 teaspoons of butter, but we'll also need a bit of clarified butter for frying the pancakes. We'll need a piece of smoked halibut, and then we add a bit of caviar to finish our dish. It's quite a fancy dish. I have a Kaplan caviar here, but you can also use salmon, sturgeon, or trout caviar. And then we'll also need a little bit of sour cream to finish off our pancakes in the end. So we'll take half of our sugar and add that to our yeast. And then we'll need to crumble it into smaller pieces. We'll also need to add a bit of milk and water to this mixture. So we're going to take half of our mixture here. Again, this is 1 cup milk and 1 cup water mixed together. We take half of it and we're gonna heat it up a little bit in a medium-sized saucepan. We don't want it to get too hot because that will kill the yeast. So we'll add that to the yeast. We're gonna add just 1 cup of the buckwheat flour. So now we'll whisk everything together until we have a pretty thick consistency in our dough starter here. Take a kitchen cloth, we'll place it over our bowl and let it sit for about 30 minutes. So the next step in our process is to take our egg yolk and combine it with the remaining part of our sugar, so that's 1.5 teaspoons that we have left here, and whisk it together. I've taken the 4 teaspoons of butter and melted it. We'll whisk the butter together with the egg yolk and sugar. It's gonna get pretty thick. That's the way we want it to look. Great, okay, and now we're gonna add it to our dough starter, which should be about ready. It's been a half hour, so I'm gonna bring it back. Perfect. It grew twice its original size. We're gonna add the egg yolk, sugar, and butter mixture. We're gonna whisk that into our dough starter here. Oh, wow, look at that. Very bubbly. It's got a very intense, acidic aroma. You can really smell the fermentation in here. So that's the way we want it to turn out. We're going to set this mixture aside again for another 15 minutes. Now we'll warm up the remainder of our milk. And again, we can't let it get too hot because we don't want to kill the yeast. Pour this over into our bowl. Okay, great. Add 1 cup of the buckwheat flour. Whisk everything together. We'll set this aside, and again, it should grow twice its size one more time. So we'll put our cloth over the bowl again for 15 more minutes. So now as a last step, we need to beat our egg white. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'm going to take a mixer and beat it until it achieves a thick, white, foam-like consistency. So when we beat egg whites, we need to beat them until they achieve such a thick consistency that they're unmovable. And I like my grandma's way of testing it. They're ready. So now we'll add our egg whites into our dough. When mixing the dough, you want to be nice and gentle. Okay, great. Let's make some pancakes. I've turned my burner up to a medium heat. I'm gonna add my clarified butter. So now a good trick to making sure that your dough doesn't stick to your spoon when you add it on is to dip it into some oil before you scoop it up. Okay. So now I'm gonna take a spoonful and use the bottom of your spoon to form a nice and round pancake. And maybe one more just for fun. Wonderful. Okay, so now we'll flip over our first pancake. When they're nice and golden brown, we'll take them off the pan. And then I'm going to sprinkle my pancakes with some salt to finish. So we're gonna fill our bowl halfway with our soup. We're gonna add half a boiled egg on top. And then we're gonna decorate it with some herbs and add them for decor. Take our smoked halibut, peel off the skin, and we're gonna take small pieces and add them to the top of the cake. And then we're going to top our halibut with sour cream. And then our last elegant touch, the caviar. And now we'll just add a little bit of fresh chive and we'll be done. We've got 2 beautiful Podlasie dishes in front of us. Let's give them a try. As is tradition in Poland, we'll start with our soup. Smells lovely. Incredible. Light, refreshing, nice and creamy. A great dish. So this is a very elegant pancake because we've got a smoked halibut, got sour cream, and then rich caviar. Unbelievable. These dishes turned out fantastic, but this is not the end. Now I'm taking you to another part of the Podlaskie region for dessert.
In Poland, tradition and history has it that Sękacz was first prepared in the 16th century on the arrival of Queen Bona Sforza to the small border town of Berżniki. She loved it so much that she decided to have it incorporated into the court menu. From then on, the cake was considered a royal dish. The Sękacz is made simply of flour, butter, sugar, and a large amount of eggs. The recipe for the Sękacz, as well as its specific stages of production, are an old tradition. It's a recipe that's been passed down for generations. The cake is baked on a rotating spit over an open fire. When done, the cake looks like a tall, spiked cone. At its tallest, the Sękacz can be as large as 3 feet and can require as many as 60 eggs to make. Its origin is as intriguing as its appearance, rooted in a variety of local legends. The cake is a treasured dessert of the locals from Sejny, who frequently challenge themselves with the making of this traditional dessert, baking it on a horizontal spit over an open fire. The birch wood used to make the fire gives the cake a unique aroma and taste. Still veiled in a haze of mystery, it continues to give the taste buds a delight among both old and young. It makes for a real attraction when set upon the table and provides just the right amount of sweetness.
Unbelievable. Nice and soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside, still warm from the fire. This is an unbelievable dessert, and it's much sweeter than I thought it would be. I'm not surprised that this is still enjoyed by both young and old here in the Podlaskie region, and I'm so glad that I had the chance to experience how it's made and taste it in its truest form, in its truest setting. I feel like I could stay here forever. I think these dishes turned out absolutely fantastic. They're just as sophisticated and unique as everything else I've tried in the Podlasie region today. I'm really glad that I've added them to my home menu. I hope you are too. Smacznego, and I will see you in the next episode of Flavor of Poland.
Funding for this program is provided by Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier.
Lot Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. Lot Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Roost. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.